The alarm bells are ringing, but not always for the reason people think. The AI story is often told as a simple race: bigger models, faster chips, more users, more money. But behind the scenes, something else has been happening. Some of the people closest to the technology have been leaving the companies building it. And when the people who understand the machinery start walking away, it is worth asking why. Back in 2017, AI looked very different. Machine learning was already powerful, but many systems were still limited by how they processed information. Then a team of researchers at Google, including Ashish Vaswani and Noam Shazir, helped publish a paper called "Attention is All You Need." That paper introduced the transformer architecture. At first, transformers were aimed at improving machine translation, but the idea became much bigger than translation. Transformers allowed models to process large amounts of data more efficiently and focus attention on the parts that mattered most. Over time, that architecture became the foundation for modern large language models. As these systems were trained on huge datasets, they began to show abilities that looked surprising. They could write code. They could summarize documents. They could reason through some problems. They could produce fluent answers across many fields. But the same systems also had serious weaknesses. They could confidently give wrong answers. They could hallucinate. They could produce persuasive nonsense. They could be difficult to fully explain, even to the engineers building them. That created a tension inside the AI industry. On one side was the promise: useful assistants, better tools, faster research, new products, and maybe one day artificial general intelligence. On the other side were the risks: misinformation, manipulation, job disruption, safety failures, and systems becoming more capable before anyone truly understood how to control them. Over time, some researchers who had worked on these systems left big companies and moved into startups or new research labs. Some wanted more freedom. Some wanted to build faster. Some wanted to focus on safety. Some simply saw an industry changing around them. The race was no longer only about who could build the smartest model. It became about who could build it first. And while Google was still trying to manage its own AI strategy, another organization was preparing to change the whole industry. OpenAI began as a research lab with a mission to build safe artificial general intelligence for the benefit of humanity. Its early identity was built around research, openness, and the idea that powerful AI should not be controlled carelessly. But competing at the frontier of AI is expensive. Training large models requires huge amounts of computing power, specialized chips, data centers, electricity, and talent. To keep up with giants like Google, Microsoft, Meta, and others, OpenAI needed capital. In 2019, OpenAI created a cap profit structure and accepted a major investment from Microsoft. That move gave it access to money and compute, but it also changed the nature of the organization. OpenAI was no longer just a research lab. It was becoming a product company. Then ChatGPT exploded into public life. It reached mainstream awareness faster than almost any technology product before it. For millions of people, this was their first real experience of AI that felt conversational, useful, and strangely human. But behind the success, the pressure increased. OpenAI had to serve massive numbers of users. It had to keep raising money. It had to compete with every major tech company at once. It had to turn research into products. And inside the company, the old mission and the new business reality started pulling against each other. That tension became public in November 2023 when Sam Altman was suddenly fired by OpenAI's board. The board said it had lost confidence in him. The details were complicated, but the event exposed a deep conflict over leadership, speed, safety, and control. The crisis lasted only a few days. Altman returned after employees threatened to leave. Microsoft moved quickly, and the board was reshaped. But the damage was done. The incident showed the world that even inside the most important AI company, there were serious disagreements about how fast this technology should move and who should be trusted to steer it. After that, more safety-focused researchers began leaving or speaking out. Some warned that AI safety work was being pushed behind product launches. Others argued that companies were racing ahead without enough understanding of what their systems could do. Some moved to rival labs. Some created new organizations. Some simply stepped away. This pattern did not stay limited to OpenAI. Across the industry, researchers and executives started raising concerns. Google's AI products faced public criticism over hallucinations and reliability. Meta pushed open models while critics warned about misuse. Anthropic positioned itself around safety, but still operated inside the same competitive race. Elon Musk's XAI entered the field promising a different approach, but it also faced its own internal changes and departures. The point is not that every resignation means panic. People leave companies for many reasons. But the broader pattern matters. The people closest to advanced AI are not all telling the same optimistic story. Some are excited, some are cautious, some are worried, some are leaving big labs because they no longer trust the direction of the race. One of the most important warning voices has been Geoffrey Hinton. Hinton spent decades helping build the foundations of modern neural networks. In 2023, he left Google so he could speak more freely about AI risks. His concern was not just that AI might make mistakes. His concern was that digital intelligence is different from human intelligence. Humans learn slowly. We pass knowledge through language, teaching, writing, and culture. AI systems can be copied. If one model learns something, that capability can potentially be transferred, duplicated, scaled, and deployed across many machines. Digital intelligence can spread in a way biological intelligence cannot. Hinton also warned about persuasion. Modern AI systems are trained on enormous amounts of human writing. They absorb books, speeches, conversations, arguments, marketing, social media, and psychological patterns. That makes them powerful language machines, not only for answering questions, but potentially for influencing people. That is where the concern becomes social, not just technical. If AI systems become persuasive, personalized, and widely deployed, they could shape opinions, buying decisions, relationships, politics, and public trust. The risk is not only that AI gives a wrong answer. The risk is that AI becomes an invisible layer between people and reality. Other AI leaders and safety researchers have echoed parts of these concerns. Some have called for stronger oversight. Some have argued for slower development of the most capable systems. Some have warned about military uses, automated cyber operations, and AI systems being connected to tools they can use in the real world. At the same time, money keeps pushing the race forward. AI investment has become enormous. Companies are spending billions on chips, data centers, power, and talent. Nations are treating AI as a strategic resource. Startups are competing with giants. Giants are competing with each other. When that much money and power are involved, caution becomes hard to sell. That is why the researcher exits matter. They are not proof that AI doom is guaranteed. They are not proof that every company is lying. But they are a signal that the people building these systems do not all agree on the risks, the incentives, or the speed of deployment. And that is the real story. Modern AI was born from a breakthrough in architecture. It grew through scale, compute, data, and money. It became a product faster than society could properly understand it. And now some of the people who helped build it are asking whether the race has moved ahead of the guardrails. The alarm bell has been sounded. The question is not whether AI will keep advancing. It will. The question is whether the people building it, funding it, regulating it, and using it can slow down long enough to understand what they are connecting to the world.